All right, guys, welcome back. It's Sebastian, and today it's all about musk. It can be clean, it can be dirty, it can be sensual, it can be soft. Whatever form it takes, it's definitely one of the most essential notes for layering and warmth. So this is part of my top 10 autumn notes deep dive video, and I've decided to take that video and break down all of the notes into individual videos and air them separately because some of you enjoy watching videos in short form rather than long form. So that way you can watch the ones you want to watch, like musk, for example, or any of the previous ones and some of the ones that are coming after. So if you enjoy musk, definitely catch this video and come back and let me tell you what's coming next. Musks can be very cozy, and I do consider them perfect in the autumn. And whether it's an animalic style musk versus a clean musk, I still consider them perfect for autumn. And we've got a variety of different types here. So we've got 5 of them, and let me know if you have a favorite musk that you like to wear for the autumn. Do let me know if you consider musk a favorite note of yours to wear in the autumn. I should reiterate, there's no rules. Wear what you want when you want. I just find these to be the types of notes I like to wear in the autumn months. Again, no rules. Just wear what you want when you want. But for me, these are perfect as far as notes go for the autumn. But the first fragrance in the musk category happens to be Filthy Musk. Filthy Musk is in our latest Scent Club kit, guys. You haven't gotten your kit yet, do check this one out. It is a bit daring. It is a bit animalic, but it's super sexy. I absolutely love it. So we do have some kits left. This is in the kit. And I think we might have one or more of the fragrances coming up here in a bit. What I like about this one, it's animalic. You'll really experience the animalic qualities. And even though there's a lot of sweetness in this that kind of covers up the animalic qualities, you still experience the animalic qualities. But if they didn't have that sweetness in here, you probably would have gotten an overdose of animalics, which might have been a turnoff. But to me, I find it to be super sexy. Also, it's super long lasting, so it's a great fragrance created by, drawing a blank with her name, sorry about that. It'll come to me though. Oh, it's Margot Lepai Goran. There's too many names to keep track of, so sometimes I lose my train of thought. If I slow down and think about it, it'll come to me. I'm obsessed with her fragrances. In fact, she did a fragrance for Born to Stand Out called Oud Candy. That's my next obsession from the house and her creations. Really addicted, and I got a compliment on it. I couldn't believe the compliment, and I'll talk about it in another video. Oud Candy garnered me this most amazing compliment as I was checking out at a grocery store. So I'll talk about that later. But if you haven't gotten your nose on Filthy Musk yet, please do. And the best way you can get your nose on it if you end up with one of our kits. All right, so let's talk about the next musk fragrance. This is from the house of Nasomatto. It's Sadonaso. Have you guys gotten your nose on this one? Did you guys ever buy the limited edition bottle that they had made for this fragrance? I'm not going to say what it is. Don't want any problems to come up with YouTube and the censoring, but yes, there was a X-rated bottle that they did of this fragrance, but they're unpublished notes. So Nasomatto and Orto Parisi doesn't publish notes, but what you get from this is some sweetness. There's definitely like an animalic musk, but it's interesting, the reactions from people when they comment about this fragrance. Some say it's too animalic for them. Some say it's not animalic at all. So it's all degrees of how much you can tolerate. I get a little bit of musk that's slightly animalic, but I get a lot of sweetness, and I find the balance to be just awesome. I love it. I kind of preferring Filthy Musk a little more now, and Filthy Musk to me is actually a little more exciting, but Sadonaso to me acts like deer musk, if you have ever smelled deer musk in person. But you know what, guys? I don't think I smelled Filthy Musk. Let's do that real quickly. Filthy Musk does have scatol, according to June, the owner of Born to Stand Out. But there's a lot of pineapple, there's honey, there's spices, there's musky notes, and scatol to give you that little bit of dirty funk in like a musk fragrance. But I love it. I love that fragrance. Super awesome. If I compare it to Sadonaso, on the other hand, it's not as loud. It's a bit more musky, as in it gives you the idea of true deer musk. It's also a bit quiet, even though Nasomatto fragrances are, supposed to be really loud and beefy. But to me, I prefer the Filthy Musk now because it's so super loud and also a bit more dirty. But both of them are great. Both of them are super great. But if I want authentic deer musk style, I would go with the Sadonaso. None of these are using true deer musk, by the way. I'm just recommending them because they do give me that kind of a vibe, but they are synthetically made to smell like that. But also super awesome to wear in the autumn months. So that's Sadonaso and that's Filthy Musk. Let me know if you're a fan of these fragrances. All right, the next fragrance is it's about musk. It's musky fragrances, but this one is created with ambrette. So this is a fragrance from the house of Atelier Materi called Bois d'Ambrette. But when they first launched the brand, it was called Peau d'Ambrette. And I've got the OG Peau d'Ambrette bottle. This is ambrette. I find it to be super sexy. It's very powdery and it's a bit iris-like and also vegetal. But the ambrette also has some fruity nuances. It's a bit, slight booziness in there as well. But it's super powdery because there's also iris in here, lots of it. And it's giving me a slight vegetal vibe. But I find this to be super sexy. I'm obsessed with ambrette because it's a natural, real ingredient that's organic ingredient that smells musky because I think it's some kind of seeds from a flower that they extract, and it's very expensive obviously, and they use it to create musky fragrances. I believe it was featured in the OG Egoiste, or it was called Bois Noir first, but it's become popular lately. It's also in a fragrance called Fleur de Peau, which this does remind me a little bit of Fleur de Peau as well. All right, let me know if you're a fan of that. Do you enjoy ambrette in fragrances? Do you like musky fragrances? Again, this Bois d'Ambrette, even though I have Peau d'Ambrette, definitely one of my favorites from this house. Really super sexy, really, really awesome and powdery, iris-heavy ambrette fragrance that's super musky. So definitely check that out if you haven't tried it. But this next fragrance from the house of K, it's Musk K. Have you tried this one? Now this is on the clean side. This is a minimalistic, clean musk. Does have a bit of laundry-like presence because it's so super clean, but I love it. It's got this kind of a creaminess in there. I think it's because it's got sandalwood. This one also has angelica, so it gives you that kind of vegetal powdery effect. This one also has like some pepperiness. There's a slight bit floral touch with this, but in the end, it's got a very laundry clean effect. Even though I believe there's like a slight marine woody note in here, it's not so super prominent. To me, it's so super clean, so super minimalistic, but with substance. It's not acting like Molecule 1 or those kind of fragrances. So there is a minimalistic quality about it, but it's super clean and musky, but also very, very sexy. I think what happens with this fragrance is it comes alive with your body temp increasing and your own chemistry. It creates that kind of. So if you're familiar with fragrances like Another 13, you're going to kind of get a similar kind of an effect with this fragrance that you get with Another 13, because it's quite musky, but also on the minimalistic side. But definitely one of my favorite fragrances that K has created. I love that. It smells great. But don't go in expecting something robust and intense. It is a very personal fragrance. And the last fragrance I'm going to talk about in this category is Milk Musk. Oh my God. I reviewed this in 2020 at the height of the pandemic, and I left it. I was pulling for it every once in a while. I've just kind of pulled it for this video. Oh man, I'd forgotten how great this smells. I kind of prefer the EGT over the EDP, by the way. So yummy. So Milk Musk, right? We talked about Milky Musk. So different, night and day different. We've got Milk Musk and Milky Musk. Milky Musk is all sandalwood, and even though this might have a little trace of sandalwood in it, there's some fruitiness. It's fluffy, it's marshmallowy, slightly sweet and caramelly, but it leans gourmand and it smells fantastic. I highly recommend this one. Definitely one of the best from Molton Brown because it smells delicious. It's fluffy, it's pillowy, it's soft, kind of as I said, almost like froth, a very velvety, smooth froth that a barista would make for the most decadent cappuccino or something. Not the kind of froth that, evaporates and breaks up. The more decadent kind of velvety froth. I'm a big sucker for froth with my cappuccinos. If they make light, airy, fluffy, not fluffy, froth that kind of separates as soon as it hits the coffee, I don't like that coffee. I love my cappuccinos with the most velvety, smooth, thick froth, and this gives me that kind of an idea. But you know, there's some fruitiness in there. It's yummy. If you haven't tried this, please do. It's so good. Milk musk from the house of Molton Brown, and that's musk for you. Subtle but powerful. I love this note, and it's also perfect in the autumn, as I was saying. But tell me your favorite musky perfume below, and don't go far. Next up, I'm going to be talking about boozy notes. We're pouring smooth and strong, intoxicating boozy notes in the next video. So stick around and I'll be back with that one very soon.